Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is TheAireaidLord. Today is June 2nd, 2013, and this is a gaming update. Last week was a very eventful week, probably one of the most eventful weeks of my entire life. Things changed. They really did. Probably not very apparent to people who are just watching the gameplay I upload on the channel. Maybe, perhaps, because I have been uploading some very unique videos that I probably wouldn't have ever have assumed I'd be uploading in my entire life. But we'll explain that. As I always do with my gaming updates, I briefly just explain what happened within the past couple of days or last week, and then I'm going to tell you what's coming up later in the week. Because I've got a variety of stuff going on. I'm going to try to fill my free time with things. I'm going to try to not make it so that I'm completely fucking bored and free and stuff. So basically, last week was an extremely interesting and ambitious week for me. I had a lot of things planned and a lot of things that I was doing that I was looking forward to. So obviously the big thing last week, which probably most people saw if you saw that video I put out a couple of days ago on Friday, was that on May 31st, a couple days ago, I graduated from high school. It was a big accomplishment and a big achievement for my life. And, high school wasn't the easiest thing. In fact, one of the biggest reasons I created my YouTube channel was because of the troubles of high school. Again, I made a video on the 31st recapping my YouTube channel, how it's changed, how ever since I started it in 2010, what I've wanted and what I've expected from the YouTube channel has really changed over the past couple of years, and then I explained where I'm at with the YouTube channel right now and what's going to happen in the future. So I kind of make a big reflection video and talk about the things that are going to be changing for me and, with my transition away from high school and into college later in the year. So it was a pretty good video. It was quite long, but it was also very informative, so I encourage everyone to go watch that, because I did it was kind of personal, but at the same time I told people most of what they already knew. If they had been longtime fans of mine, I had kept up with my gaming updates and knew my history with other YouTubers and friends and things like that. Most people probably knew that and could see my attitude shift over the years. So I encourage you to watch that. It was a good video that I put up. Last week also we had the game Fuse that came out. In 2 days I was able to beat this game co-op with myself and Darkside Phil. The two of us, along with two AI partners, blew through this fucking game, destroying repetitive enemies and blowing up boss battles. It was quite a crazy experience, but we did it. We beat it. I believe there are 20-something videos of Fuse on my channel, which I still have to put in a playlist. On Phil's channel, he's got like 40-something, and then there was the stream. It was funny because I didn't actually realize this until after, but I don't do live streaming. It's something that a lot of people have asked me to do, but I've just never been interested in doing it. So, when I played Fuse with Phil, that was actually my first time that I was doing a live stream, because Phil was live streaming it, and because I was doing a co-op with him, I was thus a part of a live stream. So I didn't know that. I kind of tweeted it. Again, you can follow me on Twitter at TheAireaidLord for any updates regarding gaming and things going up on my channel. I've said this many times, but I feel sometimes people forget about that, or maybe they don't have a Twitter account. If I have anything gaming related, I usually update you on Twitter at twitter.com/TheAireaidLord. I'll try to put it in the description of this video if I can remember to, but yes, that's where I put anything gaming related, any updates if it's not a video like this, okay? But not to get off track, so that was the first time I was on a live stream on Twitch's, on Phil's Twitch channel. I believe it's twitch.tv/DarksidePhil. That was the first time I had been on a live stream, because Phil has his new transition of direct capture and stuff, so he did the live stream of Fuse, and then he obviously uploaded the videos later on. The game was just wearing us out. Like, we were kind of just beat and broken by the end. It was just quite an experience. But we did it. We beat the game, and actually it was funny because I told Phil that, my graduation week was the week we were playing Fuse, and I had things to do with, senior events and I kind of told Phil, listen, you know, I kind of have things going on at night, we got to wrap it up kind of quickly, and we literally beat the final boss of Fuse within like 5 minutes of me having to grab dinner and head out the door for one of my events. So we really, I don't know what the statement is, but I don't know, what is it? There's a statement for this, hold on a minute. We played it really close to the chest. I think that's one of the ways people say it. But yeah, we had like little to no time, and we literally beat it in the nick of time. So I'm glad we did. Fuse, yeah, I kind of agree with Phil that it wasn't that great. It was by Insomniac, and I had high hopes since they did such a great job with the Ratchet and Clank series, which was one of my favorite childhood series. But I mean, the game did have some interesting features, but it was just like fucking Gears of War in space, or sci-fi Gears of War. Like there was really not much original about it. It's just another one of these third-person shooter games, and that's kind of been the statement of the year. All these games that come out are just like rehashes of shit we've seen 100 fucking times before, thrown into a different style of game. It's just been kind of generic, unfortunately. So yeah, Fuse wasn't that great. I don't think I'll do a video game review of it. I know in the past I've done video game reviews of random games, but it's not worth it. The game's just such a fucking grind. So yeah, I still have it. I gotta trade it in, actually, for credit. But yeah, so that was the only gameplay really you saw last week, Fuse. And that was on Tuesday, Wednesday. I extended... So we played it Tuesday, Wednesday, but I didn't upload all of my footage on Tuesday, Wednesday. I spaced it out over Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay? Then on Friday was the graduation video where I recapped everything that happened on my channel, like a 37-minute video, I believe. Then on Saturday, yesterday, for the first time ever, okay, and I'll go into some detail, because I know some people have some questions about this, perhaps, and I'll explain it. I had a friend come over, named Emma, and this was my graduation party, and this was the first time she had ever come over my house, and we were kind of interacting / bonding like this, okay? So, you know, I had texted her before and had asked her if she might be interested, because she's not a gamer. Like, she's played games in the past, but she actually admitted on one of the videos that she played Soul Calibur, which took me by surprise. I had no idea she did, but she doesn't have the history with gaming that I do. She's played games like Mario Kart and stuff like that, but she's not into gaming like I am. Like, I know the industry, and I've played multiple games, and I have this giant gamer score, and I have this whole YouTube channel. She's not into it like that. Okay, she's casual every once in a while, and she's busy with other stuff, so she doesn't really have time to do that. So she came to my graduation party, and when she was there and I was touring my room, I said, I have this whole operations. I was explaining to her my YouTube channel and how it operates. I was showing her the mess of wires in the bottom right-hand corner of my living room, where all the fucking, or not my living room, my room, where all the fucking plugs go in and the computer attaches and blah, blah, blah. So I was explaining that to her. And I said, would you be interested in doing some content for the channel? I think it would be cool. You're here. We can do some celebration footage. And she was completely fine with it, which I was surprised, but it was great. It was basically, I chose to play Super Street Fighter 4 with her. And I know in some cases that wasn't maybe the greatest game to choose, because I've only been playing that game since late February, so I've only had a couple of months experience with the game. So, I do know how to play it. I know how to do most of the moves and almost all the ultras for all the characters. However, I'm not good at link combos and getting all these fucking combos to come out and knowing how to play characters really well. I'm not at that level in Street Fighter, but I know the basics of the game, and I know how to move my way around the game. So I felt that it was a game that she might be interested in, because looking at the collection of games I have, I mean, what? GTA 4, I mean, that game's really not going to last you long. You just blow up shit. And most of the stuff that I had on my display were co-op games. They were single player, so most of them are single player if I'm looking at them correctly. I do have Halos 3, 4, and ODST and Reach, but I just felt a shooter would kind of get generic. I didn't know if she'd really be into that. The reason I chose Street Fighter is because it's a fighting game. A lot of people have played fighting games, and I felt that she might have had experience. Hence, Soul Calibur, she played it, and she told everybody on that video that she did. So basically, for a good solid hour, I'd say, maybe a little bit more, the two of us played Street Fighter together. I was explaining the basics. She was changing characters. I believe she played as like Rose and Rufus, and she was going through the different characters. I changed up my characters from Bison to Akuma. I was kind of showing her the different types of characters and some of the cool ultras that some of them can do. The footage was kind of choppy because like relatives and friends and family were leaving as I was playing with her, so there were times when I'd have to get up and go downstairs and say goodbye and then come back and then get up again and go say goodbye. So there were different conversations and there were things going on. Again, I chose not to do it with the camera, which I think was kind of a good move and a bad move. If I had captured it on camera, you would have been able to hear more of what was going on. But you also would have been able to hear way more of the interactions that were going around the house. Because I was filming it with the mic, and I jacked the volume up, you could only hear the voices from a certain distance. I had Emma right next to me, and I was on the right near the mic. My voice is more prominent, hers is medium prominent, and it's pretty much just the two of us. So, I mean, you can hear noise from downstairs, but it's pretty much just us on the mic. I purposely jacked up the volume on the Elgato's mic so that she could be heard. I've had plenty of experiences of the volume on the mic and stuff, so I jacked it up high so that people could hear her, because if I kept the mic volume low, then you wouldn't have been able to hear, and it would have been a complete flop, and it would have been a waste of time. I would have been playing with nobody. So I'm glad that you can hear her voice quite prominently and us having fun. So it was great. And for any of you who don't like, I know some people might be asking, oh, is she your girlfriend? Is she this? Is she that? Well, listen, okay? I'll give you a little bit of history. And I don't know if she watches my content, but her and I are on a really good note, okay? So I don't feel bad about saying this, okay? Emma is a person that I had a pretty big crush on, who I liked a lot in 9th grade, freshman year. I'd say 2009 to 2010, okay? And it was a very complicated time, a very growing period for both her and I, learning our identities in high school. I think we were struggling with growing in high school. So with her, I think it was a learning period. With the friends she made, I think the experience of high school as a whole was overwhelming to her, and the things that she went to, she realized down the road weren't probably the best decisions to be making, but at the time she felt that they were. Me, I was also trying to identify myself, but at the same time I had this kind of crush and infatuation with this girl, so I was trying to, get her gifts and try to ask her out, and it was this whole rigmarole, and it was just this weird period, but eventually, it kind of left off on a bad note, because I saw her going down this dark path, and I had no way of controlling it. So I basically just stopped caring. I was like, all right, I can't do a single thing. If this girl wants to ruin her future, then I have to let her do so. Like, I basically stopped caring. Like, I had all of these desires to want to go out with her and do all these things, and she didn't reciprocate. She kind of gave me the middle finger, so I basically left it off. At the end of 2010, I was at a very bad point because I was still feeling guilty from it. I still kind of liked her. I was all depressed about it. I felt bad that she had chosen this path instead of this other path, because I knew she was a really nice and sweet person, but she was being influenced by these things that I had no control over. It was a very frustrating time, because it was a period of time where I knew I could do something, but at the same time I couldn't do something at the same time, if you know what I mean. So basically, that's how the channel formed. I think you have to owe some of your credit to her, because of my failures with that. That was kind of why I opened the YouTube channel, because I felt like I had kind of nothing. And I said this in that graduation video, so I'm kind of reiterating a lot of things. But because of that experience, that's why I opened the channel in late 2010. And then I kind of forgot about it. And it was only a couple of weeks ago that I kind of got on a good note with her, and we kind of admitted the bad things that we did in freshman year and how we've changed. And, from there I invited her to my party, and then she came and we had a great time. So everything kind of worked out. So I'm not going to comment on where I'm at with her now, because that's kind of an everyday kind of thing, so I'm not going to discuss that. That's kind of really personal. I'm already going personal on what I'm saying now, but I'm not going to go any further. So, just know that the footage was interesting. It was fun. It's the first time I've ever had a female on my channel, if you exclude that random interview I did with Panda Lee in early 2012. Other than that... Other than fucking Phil's girlfriend, this is the first time I've ever had a guest, like a co-op guest on my channel who was a female. And it was great. She had a great time. She loved doing it. She thought it was awesome. I had fun. We both had fun. It was a great experience. So, you know, I said thank you to her. She said thank you to me. So there's no point in saying thank you, because she doesn't even watch my updates. So... it was fun, and we'll see where that that leads us. I'll update people if there's something that goes along with that. But I know some people might be keeping tab on me. Oh, the TheAireaidLord has this little girlfriend. No, I'll update you if things change. But right now, it's not something I guess you could say, pursuing, because then again, high school is over for the two of us. The only time we see each other is if we hung out willingly. So. It's a confusing time. I'm going to have to revamp my thoughts, kind of get thinking about it perhaps at one point. Maybe not, maybe so, I'm not sure. But we'll see where it goes. If I have an update for people on that, maybe if she's going to be in more footage, I'll update you. At the moment, I don't know, but I will tell you if I do, okay? Alright, I rambled about that for, holy shit, wow, that went 16 minutes. I was talking about that. Alright, let's get to the meat of what's coming up this week. We are going into E3. We are very close to the greatest conference ever for gaming, E3. And I received this email from E3. I will read it to you. It says, E3 registration confirmation. Please bring on site. Please print this... blah, blah, blah. Please print this page and bring it on site to any one of the badge pickup locations at the Los Angeles Convention Center. So it says, Christopher Ledoux, thank you for registering for E3 2013. To expedite the E3 badge pickup process, please print this notice and bring it with you to the show along with your photo ID. When you arrive at E3, please head to any badge pickup counter at the Los Angeles Convention Center with your barcode and ID. Your barcode will be scanned and a badge will print instantly. Please keep this barcode secure. It will scan only once at the registration counters. And then it says registration hours, Sunday, June 9th, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday, June 10th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's probably when I'm going to do it, alright? I'm going to outline this schedule probably in a week or so. Probably in 1 week exactly. I'm going to make a giant vlog talking about my history of gaming, what E3 means to me, what I hope to see at E3, what I'm going to do at E3, and what I'm going to say after E3. I'm going to do all of this in a big vlog coming in a week. There will be no gaming update. The only thing you need to know is that I'm going to E3. That's the only thing the gaming update needs to tell you, that I'm going to E3 2013. The vlog that's coming next week is going to outline my history as a gamer and what E3 means to me, and specifically, day by day, what I'm going to be doing at the conference. And I'm going to be outlining this very specifically for everybody as to what I'm hoping to see, the game developers that I know are going to be there, and what's going to be happening with me at the conference. Okay? So, badge pickup locations at the bottom. It says outside the entrance to the South Hall lobby, outside the side entrance to the South Hall lobby at the shuttle drop-off, and then it says, we look forward to seeing you in Los Angeles. Okay? So, I'm going to have specifics as to what's going on with E3. I'm not going to ramble about when I'm leaving and when I'm departing. I'll explain that in a week in a vlog. But E3 is coming. I'm wicked fucking excited to it. This is my first time ever going. This is the E3 to go to. I'll be able to try the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 and truly see which console is better, so I can make a right buying decision later this holiday season when I choose to buy one of them. And it's going to be good. So I just want to say that up front. In terms of gameplay this week, okay? My friend Wadham Top Dog actually just left moments ago when we were playing Army of Two. The Devil's something. I don't know. I think it's a game that came out recently, but I chose not to get it because people said it sucked. I understand why they said that. The game is probably one of the worst games I've played in a long time. However, I have footage of it. I didn't have to spend any money on the game because Top Dog brought it over from his house. So I might be uploading some of that footage this week, and I'm not sure if he'll come over again to finish it. We only did like a quarter of the game while he was over here, so I'll see if we can do more. So Army of Two, The Devil's Something, I don't even know what the name of the game is, that'll be uploading, I guess, throughout the week, and we might even complete the game, even though the game is completely fucking generic and boring. Not sure if people want to see gameplay of it, but let me know. If you want to see Army of Two in the comments, let me know. If you don't want to see it, tell me also. I won't upload it, because I kind of thought the game sucked ass, and if I think the game sucked ass, I don't think people are really going to like it. So, additionally, I am looking to possibly either do one of two things. I'm looking to do more Half-Life. My goal this week is to perhaps even beat Half-Life 1, which it's probably not going to happen, because for each area of the game, it kind of takes a grind to you kind of have to save the game, and it's all about repetition throughout Half-Life 1. You know, trying out different scenarios, seeing what things work, looking for secret corners and health and different stuff like that. I want to beat Half-Life by this summer, and this week I have completely free now that I graduated high school, so I have time. So I can either do way more Half-Life and perhaps even get a large way through the game, or I can start I can resume the countdown to GTA 5, and I will start GTA 4, which is the next game on my countdown, because I beat Vice City Stories weeks back in May. I'm ready for the next gen, and now I can move on to GTA 4. I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of Grand Theft Auto 4 Nico Bellic's story, then we'll move on to Johnny's story of the bikers and the Lost and Damned. Then, to finalize and conclude the marathon, in August we will be doing the Ballad of Gay Tony, and that will be the conclusion of the countdown to GTA 5, and then we'll move on to GTA 5 when it comes out in September. So, I'm thinking of starting GTA 4, the campaign of GTA 4 and the story of Nico Bellic this week. If you'd like to see that, please, again, leave a comment. Give me feedback. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see Half-Life or Grand Theft Auto 4? Let me know. Half-Life 1 or Grand Theft Auto 4? Do you want me to grind through Half-Life? Because here's the thing. Half-Life, I know it's fun. I really enjoy playing Half-Life. I do. I thank Pete so much for getting me that game. However, the game can be difficult, and it does take me a good amount of time to figure out what I'm supposed to do for certain scenarios. Unlike Grand Theft Auto 4, where I've been playing the game for so many years, I pretty much have mastered everywhere to go, how to do this, and that. I'll probably blow through the campaign of GTA 4 pretty quickly. Unlike previous GTA games where I was working with crappy graphics and crappy graphical engines, GTA 4 is pretty stabilized and pretty modern that I can deal with it. So I'll probably go through that game pretty quickly if I start it. However, it is a long game, so I do need to kind of get underway with it. So let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I'm definitely going to start something this week. I got to keep myself occupied in some way, shape, or form this week with gameplay. I have the whole week off, so this is a perfect opportunity to get a whole bunch of gaming stuff out of the way. As I said, this summer my goal is to beat Half-Life 1, perhaps even start Half-Life 2 if I have time, and then obviously finish the countdown to GTA 5 this summer as well. And then maybe do some other Valve games. I did pick up Left 4 Dead, which is still sitting over there in my games collection. I do want to do that cooperatively with my friends Pete, Matt, and possibly Top Dog. So lots of long-term plans, but I just wanted to get that out there that I am looking for ideas for this week. GTA 4 and my the resuming of Half-Life are some potential things. Okay. One final thing, I am potentially in the works with trying to do some sort of podcast thing with somebody who I haven't talked to or done any footage with for a long-ass time. I don't know if anyone remembers Voodoo51292. He's a YouTuber, has been doing it for quite a number of years. And I am in the talks with him at perhaps doing something for his Voodoo's Brew podcast series, which I was on back in early January before we had that big argument. We have touched base and kind of made up since then, so I actually reached out to him and asked if he'd like me to be a guest on his brew, because since I'm going to E3, I'll have kind of behind the scene access as an independent on the showroom floor, and I can come back and kind of give his podcast viewers the gist of what I saw. I think it would be good views for him, and I think it would be cool to hang out with them because they are good people and stuff, and they do make an honest effort on the channel and stuff, and it's good to see. So that could be coming, not sure, but I'll give you an update, and I'll like and favorite the video if I do have an update. Again, twitter.com/TheAireaidLord for any updates on anything I'm talking about right now. Thank you very much. I'm going to sign off because this video is getting extremely fucking long. Thank you for anybody who wished me a happy graduation. I know it's finally done. I'm very happy, and I can finally move on to the next stage of my life. I'm very, very happy about that. And the summer is going to be jam-packed with content. I'm going to try to take as much gameplay as possible this summer. So because when the end of August comes, I'm moving into, you know, college, and it's going to be harder to take gameplay. I still will be taking gameplay, but it's not going to be as rapid as this. So expect that change, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later.